Hello and welcome to another video. This time you join us in Beijing, our final stop in China, and somehow still full of surprises. Over 3 parts, we explore Beijing's unexpected modern art culture, visit a pretty significant wall, and fail to get into the Forbidden City. However, in this episode, you join us in the city's art district, where obviously we go on the only day the exhibition's closed. We spend our time here looking around all the vintage shops, where I get mistaken for a local. After feeling awkward and out of place in the coolest place in Beijing, we hit Dashilan's backstreets just as night fell, got lost and accidentally ordered tripe powder, and spend more on a slice of cheesecake than we have spent in the whole of China. Let's get into it. Yeah, that is a delivery driver, well, a delivery rider on a hoverboard. You ever seen that show on Cartoon Network, Cat Dog? Like that. Look. Yeah, this is like our first stop really in Beijing. We've got the Great Wall of China booked tomorrow, but it's like a whole day thing. It's like an hour and a half trip out of Beijing, so we've booked that for tomorrow. But today we're just having a little wander around. So we thought we'll start the day on a sophisticated note and come to the art district. So yeah, we'll see what else we can find over here. It reminds me a little bit of like Oosburn in Newcastle. It's just like a bit quirky, a bit edgy. It's really cool.
With robots.
With robots. Look at this, by the way. This is a little robot truck that drives round this area. I think it's called like 978 or something like that. Selling, you can scan on here, click whichever you want, scan it, open the door, and it gives you a dessert. They've got one for desserts, they've got one for drinks, and they've got one for ice creams. Absolutely mental. This one's moving. I think it stopped because we stopped. Oh. This one does French bread, apparently. It's got loads of like baked goods in it. Don't know if you can see it, but it's got just loads of like French pastries. So cool. Yeah, that one's got ice cream in over there. Mad. If you can't tell already, I've got a cold. Both me and Abby have got a cold. We don't know where we've got it from, but it doesn't really surprise us because it seems like no one really covers their mouth when they cough or anything here. They should just cough and sneeze into the open. So yeah, in Beijing everything seems a little bit more locked down. Not locked down, but a little bit better. But yeah, trust it to be our first cold day really in China, and we've both got a sniffle. Mad. But yeah, I'll try and keep the vibes high today. Vibes? Who am I? I'm gonna stick with vibes. Yeah, this place is actually really nice. A lot more modern and artsy than the rest of China that we've seen. The crowd seems a lot more younger and like accepting and stuff, a lot less stairs, which is quite nice actually. Welcome to the most vintage shop I've ever seen. This place is tiny. Oh, you can get a coat. Look. Oh, okay, we were stuck in there for like 20 minutes. Felt really bad because she was like following us around the shop, saying like, try this on, try that on. She was really nice, but we just wanted to have a look. I felt really guilty not buying anything. So I think we're going to be a little bit careful going into other vintage shops. I say, as Abby just walked straight into another one. We've got to deal with that whole situation again.
That's nice.
It's like they've made Carhartt trousers into a bag. That's like a bum pocket, isn't it?
That's really nice.
Like 20 quid.
I think so. Was cool though, wasn't it?
That one was a lot less intense, wasn't it? Mm. This is a little bit like torture because some of these vintage shops are so nice, and like if you went vintage shopping in the UK, say Leeds, London, Manchester, all the good stuff by the time you get there has been like taken, gone. But it seems like everything in these shops is decent. The torture is that we're travelling, so we can't just buy things because we have to carry them for the next 6 months plus. Because they're good quality, you're talking like 60 quid minimum for like something decent. And that's like 2 nights, 3 nights, maybe even like a week or more staying somewhere, especially when we get to Southeast Asia. That's a lot of, like, one piece of clothing could be like a week's stay, do you know what I mean? Week's accommodation. So we've got to be a bit clever with how we're spending our money, but so nice, some of these things. Imagine walking around with this on your finger. Or 2. Mad. Look how cool these glasses are, right? Just look like normal glasses, don't they? Watch this. How cool are they? I don't think they suit. I don't know if they suit my face though, but they are sick. Like 5 quid. We just sort of found out then, coming out of that vintage shop, that we've come on the one day that the art exhibition, the art museum or whatever it is actually closed. Apparently it's shut on Mondays. So the bittersweet of the situation is that this place is nice and quiet, so we can just walk around at a leisurely place and we're not being like sort of bamboozled, because I can't think of a better word, by other tourists. But then the bitter is that there's a lot of stuff that's either not open or we're the only ones in there, so we feel a little bit awkward. But this is a really cool place. Into another vintage shop we go. This one looks very vintage. What are you looking at? Yeah, that one was a little bit weird. Oh, should we see some actual art? Photography art, limited edition. Nah. I think I'm alright for that one. This guy, however, can appreciate an orange dinosaur, but not a photograph of a pigeon. Very sophisticated. For 2 people on a budget, I think we've come to the most expensive place. Obviously, it's like an art, creative, modern kind of area. So we went to a coffee shop and got 2 coffees and 2 pastries. It came to like 130 something yen, which turned out to be about 15 quid for 2 coffees and maybe 2 or 3 pastries.
I was going to say we got 3 pastries.
3 pastries. But that was at like 12 o'clock and it was the first meal all day, so and before you say why aren't you eating traditional Chinese food or whatever, there isn't anything around it. This is like sort of like edgy coffee shops and like boba tea and all that kind of stuff, so there isn't anything around here really where we can eat like traditional Chinese food.
Seem more Italian than I have.
Yeah, we actually have seen like Italian food and stuff like that, so yeah, we've almost sort of explored this place now. To conclude, it's full of art exhibitions, vintage shops. That's about it really, isn't it? Coffee shops. And that's about it. Whose horse is that? That's so random. I forgot that accent wrong as well. Whose horse is that? It's like a Irish accent, yeah. Does mine sound more Indian? First vintage shop we went into, I said ni hao to the guy in the store, and he started speaking to me in Chinese, and his girlfriend came up to us speaking English afterwards saying he started speaking Chinese because the way that you said ni hao was so convincing. So accents are paying off.
I don't know if it was just luck or if it actually does sound like that.
I forgot how I said it now. Ni hao, maybe. I think it's the way you say hao.
But it's the way you said your end.
Oh, ni hao. I can't do it on the spot. Too embarrassed, too shy.
We'll go back in now and she'll be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it was just a fluke. I can't stress to you how cold it is, or how cold it feels to us, especially in Beijing today. It's like 10 degrees, it's dropped to 10 degrees and it's quite windy. When we're used to like sweating in 23 for the rest of China, this feels so cold and we haven't really got the layers for it. But now we are jumping back on the metro and we're going to the Hotongs, I think it's how you pronounce it, and they are traditional narrow alleyways of Beijing to get a taste of local life. And it's like this area which is just full of like little alleyways and stuff that have lots of like street food vendors and little shops, and I think people live around there and stuff as well. That could be completely wrong, but it's where we've been told to go, so that's where we're heading now. Take us about an hour, I think, on the tube, but it is very cold. She's not happy. I think this is the first time on this trip where we've been hoping for it to be crowded, so it'll keep us warm and reduce the wind and stuff. Why is she beeping at me when it's green for us to walk? We can make it 40 minutes, light work. 40 minutes, 40 seconds, idiot. 40 seconds to cross this road. Sometimes you get like 5 seconds to cross a huge highway, so I'll take 40. Yeah. So I'm thinking we can get lost down here. I'm assuming it's just going to be full of like all the touristy sweets and food on a stick and octopus on a stick and all that crap, so there might not be too much to film. But we'll see. A lot of the time on these streets you see some absolutely mental stuff. Mental to us anyway, normal here, but weird and wonderful to us. So let's see what we see. Of course our first stop in this place is somewhere to get some food. We've got a little duck wrap, or it said something on the menu about like a tripe powder or something like that. It's tripe's fish, right? I'm not sure. Looks decent. Just tastes like the duck that you get for duck pancakes back in the UK when you order Chinese. Unreal. Oh, tell you what, that wrap was actually really good. I think all in all we paid about £7 for 2 wraps and some water. So not really bad considering that it was like duck. I think duck's maybe like quite a luxury item around here. One thing we're not getting used to though is the squatting toilets. A lot of these restaurants and stuff around here don't have toilets in them. I don't know if it's because they're really old buildings or whatever, the plumbing's just not there. So there's public toilets which everyone uses that don't really, well, they don't look like they get cleaned, so they stink. And I think hasn't quite got used to using them yet. Oh, whoa.
No, we're going to have to go in there.
One thing they have got a lot of in Beijing is French bakeries. Look at these.
They look homely. We're going to have to go in.
These smell unreal. How the hell would you eat that though? You'd have to take it apart, wouldn't you? This is torture because they are a little bit pricier, so we don't really want to get. We only want to get one, and I'd want to take it back to someone who eat it here. But some of these, like that there, is the Dubai chocolate thing with the pistachio, like crisp in it. A lot of these are like that, the Dubai stuff. I do want to try this, like it says Spanish, but it looks like a proper New York style cheesecake kind of thing. but I think we're gonna have to go for that that other cheesecake with the fruit on top. I think we're gonna get that. Oh, I really don't know. Okay, so we did get one thing, and we got that cheesecake, the one with like the crisp around the edge. What would you call it? Like the pastry around the edge.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
It looks.
I think it costs about £6. Well, if we can control ourselves and not buy anything else while we're out on this market, then I think we're fine, right?
And we're in budget for today.
Maybe. But this is how we're thinking about it. If we were like 4 years younger, we'd be going out and getting pissed. Not going out and buying cheesecakes and going for like nice meals and that. And we were going to come 4 years ago. So realistically, I feel like we'll be spending the same. I don't know if that makes sense, but the math's mathing. We ate at the first place we saw and got dessert from the first bakery that we saw. And this place is full to the brim with food and drink vendors.
So much better food and drink places here that compared to some of the other places.
Yeah, do you know what? Beijing, even though it seems a lot heavier policed, I think it's with good reason. Like, one thing that I've noticed here is that there's no people like on the streets like shouting for your money, like come here, come here. Like some of the places we've been to, even in Xi'an when we were at the Terracotta Army, we had women like shouting at us because we walked past them without going into their restaurant, which is just so annoying. Whereas here, screaming at us. Whereas here, it's not like that, and I think they have signs and stuff outside the metros and on these streets they're like policed and stuff to stop, and they say like no street vendors or no like, what's the word? Basically, people can't set up outside shops and stuff and try and like flog you stuff, which is really good. It just makes it a lot more of a pleasant experience walking through the streets. I'm not going to buy any more tats, she says. Ni hao.
Yeah.
We just walked into this little courtyard thing, and it's full of like little food joints and like shops and stuff. Just walked into this one clothes shop that looked like a vintage shop, and oh, there's a rooftop, and there was a t-shirt in there for like £800. Didn't even know the brand. Should we have a look up there? Anyway, one way to find out. It's quite cool actually. You see like little temples over there, and they've got a fake moon. You see that? Yeah, not much else up here really. I think that's a restaurant, but no one's up here. Like this is said that this place is just full of these little streets and stuff. Obviously it's dark, so I think people actually live in here, and then just around it it's got like shopping streets. Yeah, very cool though. Oh yeah, this place does look quite cool actually.
Nice. God, big pots of edamame as well.
We always eat too like prematurely, don't we? If we get hungry, just go, oh, we'll just go here. But if we hold out and go to places like this, it's so much more cool.
It's never in the middle. We either faff about for about 2 hours, not knowing where we want to go, or we pick the first place. It's never somewhere in the middle.
But you just know that if we didn't eat, we'd come somewhere like this and we still would be like, oh, I'm not sure. So then now we've eaten and we feel a little bit more like normal.
I feel like now I've had that duck nap on at the end.
Yeah, I did feel a little bit like that, to be fair. If we didn't buy that £50 cheesecake, maybe we could
£50, it was £5.
maybe we could
she's
get
quite
some
a
more
big-
snacks.
It's quite a big
But we've just
cheesecake.
spent £50 on a cheesecake, so I don't know if we just haven't been to the right areas, but something I've noticed about Beijing is that it's not a very tall city. Everything doesn't seem like more than like 2 stories high. There are a few like office blocks that are quite tall, but it's not like loads. But again, I don't know if we've just been to like the wrong parts.
It seems massive.
Yeah, it does seem like it spans quite wide, but it doesn't seem very tall. Well, we have got another like couple of days here, so we might find in a couple of days' time that it's there are areas that are quite tall, but all just seems like quite low and spread out. There's an actual Xbox shop over there. Mad. Is that temple building that we saw from up on that roof terrace there? I don't actually think it is a temple. I think it's called like the Drum Tower or something like that. That might be something different. But it does look pretty impressive. But I can imagine it just looking like the kind of other temple-ish buildings that we've seen on this trip. There's some guy with his phone to his ear just singing down the street. He was walking the opposite way, then I looked at him, smiled and laughed, and he started walking this way, but now he's in front of us and he keeps turning back. How peculiar? How strange. I don't know who I'm trying to be on these videos. Peculiar. Right then. That is today coming to a close in Beijing. Tomorrow we are going to see the Great Wall of China, which is going to be a very long day, starting at like 5:30 in the morning, because we've got, 5:30, because we've got to get to the meeting point where the bus is picking us up. So it's going to be a very long day, but that is the big finale for China. It's the last kind of big tourist attraction while we're in China, because in 2 days' time we fly to Seoul, and I'm very looking forward to that. I think a big part of where we've just come from then is going down all the alleyways and stuff to see how people who live there live. I do think seeing that place in the daytime is a completely different experience. You get to go down all the alleyways and stuff.
It's hard to find in the dark.
Yeah, it's hard to know where to go. It's just sort of following the lights, following the crowds. I don't really want to go down some back alley and, well, I feel quite safe here. I don't think anything will happen, but we definitely would get lost. Maybe walk into someone's like gaff. So yeah. Cheesecake in Chinese TV. Can't get any better than that. Now we're back at the room. This looks even better. Look at this. Oh my god. I don't actually know how I'm going to do this without making a mess, but I don't know what that is. Look at the size of that.
Oh my god.
So it's mainly like a cheese filling with like pastry on the outside. Kind of tastes like cinnamony. The filling's dead creamy, really thick. What, man? Fresh fruit, cream, cheese, jam. Unreal. So good. It's so thick. But I kind of want it to be a little bit lighter and a little bit fruitier. Very thick and heavy. Perfect to send you to sleep, which I guess is a good thing. I'm going to rate it like, I have to go for another one. I'm going to rate it like a 8 or 9, I think. It's good. But we should a little bit lighter. Abby was just sat patiently waiting for me to do this video. She was like, come on, I want to eat it. I can't show you her because she's in bed. But honestly, it is good. I want to get Abby's reaction, see how she feels about it. What would you give it?
Maybe an 8. What's the base?
There's like a, I don't know, like a biscuit. Oh, is it like a ginger, like a ginger nut? Maybe it's not cinnamon. Maybe it's like a ginger biscuit.
Maybe it is ginger.
It just kind of tastes like a ginger nut. Now I'm thinking about it.
Why do they always put leaves in it?
Yeah, it looks like thyme, doesn't it? I think that is thyme. Weird. You want to put thyme on like a steak, don't you? Oh no. Is it thyme? Oh, I mean rosemary. Is it rosemary? Or lavender? No idea, but that's strong.
There's 8 in there.
I don't know what it is. I'm not doing that again though. I'm gonna say thyme. Okay, that is the end of the video. We'll see you. It's not the end of the video. It's the end of today. I'll see you tomorrow for the Great Wall of China. It's peace.
What have we put on?
Apparently anime porn. Oh. Turns out they show anime porn on Chinese TV. Anyway, join us next time when I finally become a man, according to Chinese culture, climbing up the Great Wall of China. Oh, and we also continue our spiritual journey through world cuisines. Everything apart from Chinese, apparently. I promise I'll make up for it in part 3, but you're just gonna have to wait. As always, thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe. Peace.